Well, hello again, daughter. Hope you're having a good day on at work. What is today? Is Thursday. What is the Thursday? Niners play tonight. I don't know what the date is, but Niners play at 7 o'clock tonight, which is soon, I think. Um, but anyhow, I'm having tea again. I'll probably be up all night long with the good old bonnet bladder. Thank you to Bucky's for the camping inspired coffee cup. um, let's see where we left off. Um, ooh, childhood. I am kind of rewatching some of the videos, and I'm taking notes because there's stuff that I have to correct in it. Like I found more scars. I told you when we were going up the Walker when you were here, uh, and there's a couple times where I referred to Daybreak being on Black Road. It's actually Bear Creek, and and then I think there was something where I referred to uh, when we left San Jose, but I meant Los Gatos when I moved out of Los Gatos and I moved in with Josie. But anyhow, I'll cover that another time. So uh, Max is here. He's on guard, sound asleep. I think we should probably just get a new dog at this point. He's not, much of a time. He's tired. Uh, though he did, he wanted eat the Forest Service doing inspections. The 20-year lease is up next year, I think it is. So they have these volunteer people coming through and inspecting all the cabins. Well, they showed up here twice, two groups. One, they were lost and they were trying to find a cabin, and I think they were trying to find number 7. I told them it was that one right behind us, and I was incorrect. That's number 2. Um, but and then another set came, and they just came from Dennis and Jan's. They're all 20 something, probably not even old enough to drink, kids, and all 4 of them were super nice. Chit chat with them. The inspection, they just made sure the dimensions were correct. They have a little laptop they took pictures of, and yeah. They're probably going to ask me to get rid of my scaffolding next year, so we'll see. But anywho, that's what happened today. Went up to Kennedy Meadows. Music festivals this starting tomorrow. I went this morning, probably 8 or 8:30. I left because I knew it was going to be crowded, so I wanted to get up there before then. It seemed fairly busy for a morning. It probably only gotten worse. Probably tomorrow will be even worse. It's nice weather. Last year it was raining when they were doing it, so they probably have a bigger turnout to this weekend. So, anywho, my other questions. I'm gonna have to get my other glasses on because this is. I think the print is getting smaller. I might have to turn the lights on here too, but we'll see. Hopefully you can see it well enough. It does. It looks like it's all right on my phone. I did the special toys. Toys. There was a toy I was thinking about that today, and I don't remember what the hell it was. If it comes to me, I'll mention it. It says, what types of games did you enjoy playing with your friends, siblings, or on your own? So, games. we kind of grew up. It's funny. Since we all would go to Gamma and Granddad's house, for vacations and stuff. You have some cousins named Leslie and Bara Bonnet, and they're I guess granddaughters of Uncle John. I forget what his wife was named. I kind of vaguely remember she's blonde hair. But Uncle John had what's the French car? It's kind of I'll get back to you on. I don't remember what it was, but anyhow, so they would a couple times. They came to visit them. At one point, I think they had come to visit from Texas, I think, and then at some point they actually moved to Watsonville, Uncle John and them. So we saw Leslie and Bara more often. It was like a 1 or 2 year time frame, and they're twins. I think John said they're in like Santa Cruz somewhere or something. I think they grew up in Southern California, I think, for some reason, or Texas. I don't know. You could look them up. But at Gamma Grand's house, we used to play cards. So Gamma Grand had like a card table and fold up one that we would play, and so we used to play. Crazy Eights quite a bit, Monopoly, of course, Sorry, that sort of life, but cards we would play Crazy Eights, and then we played spoons, and spoons, if you don't know, I think it's kind of like Jim Rummy. I don't even remember the rules. It's literally we were kids last time I played it, but there's spoons on the center of the table, one less than how many players there are. So if you have 3, there's only 2 spoons. And whoever loses their cards first, I believe is how it went, kind of like Jim Rummy, would grab a spoon. And if whoever else is paying attention grabs the remaining spoons, and the person that doesn't get a spoon is the loser. And so we used to play that all the time. Me, Steph, Lisa. I don't know if John did. He probably did. I just don't remember. But then Leslie and Bara. I remember this one particular time Leslie and Bara were playing with us, and they got upset with me. Maybe I made a joke or something. I don't remember. But one of them grabbed the spoon and threw it at me. And it like landed right below my eye or something. And I think Auntie and Steph was probably there, I assume. And one of them probably went and told Gamma or something, and they probably got in trouble for, I could have taken my eye out. But spoons, what else? Me and John used to play, toss the football quite a bit. I remember. I think we wouldn't I don't remember playing too many games when we were up in the commune. I don't think we had a football or frisbee or anything like that. You just had to, grab a couple sticks and play with them, I guess, or the Hot Wheels. But we used to, when we moved to San Jose, we had grass in the front of the house, and I vaguely remember we played like kind of football, maybe toss the ball. We played football in the street, I think. Well, on the grass, so it's not politically correct to say it now, but we used to play smear the queer. So whoever had the ball was the queer, and you had to tackle. Yeah, they probably frown upon that now, but it is what it is. Did that. I played, like, in my 6th grade, I played flag football in 6th grade, and I remember it was like the last game, and it was like different. We had 2 teams or something, and I was rushing, and I think I was able to like grab the flag of the quarterback like two plays in a row or something that sealed us winning or something like that. Then a bunch of us all, it was like must have been fall time because I remember it was mud. It was kind of muddy and there was a big old puddle of mud on. It probably wasn't mud, just a puddle on the grass on the field. And so when we won, we all ran over there and slid and got all wet. I think Claudia had to bring me some dry clothes or something to change to finish out the rest of the class, school day or something like that. But yeah. Otherwise, I was always riding my BMX bike. I was always with friends riding the bike around and stuff. We did have a neighborhood kid that had a swimming pool. I remember swimming at his house quite a bit and stuff. Lakeside, it was popular to play kickball, but more specifically kickball basketball. And it's the only other school that I ever been to that did either of them. But we used to play, especially kickball basketball, like every day, and at Lakeside. And so the kickers by in the corner of the blacktop, and there's a basketball hoop there, and there was another basketball hoop. You had to kick it, run around the other pole with the other hoop, and back to the base before somebody makes a basket with the soccer. You kick the ball, somebody's got to go get it or catch it, and then make a basket with it in order to make you out. And whoever made the basket or catches it gets to be up to kick the ball. I always liked it. I haven't played it. It was just funny when I was riding my BMX bike around Plymouth Lake. I found a basketball court. I was like, man, this would be perfect for kickball basketball. I don't have a soccer ball, but we played the Atari. I don't know if we swam in the swimming pool. I don't think we really played. There's a game here, cards. I think you probably remember Waterworks, where it's different pipe fittings that you have to. I don't even know how you play it anymore, but we still have it here. Trying to think anything else. I don't remember other games we used to play. Uno wasn't a thing, so. Let's go next. What childhood fears do you remember having? For example, did you think there were monsters under the bed, or were you afraid of stepping on cracks? Well, I was scared of the dark. Well, I don't know if I was technically scared of the dark, but when I went to go live with Dad and Claudia, I would wake up having nightmares, I remember. And to the point where I remember one time Dad had to like sleep in my room or something like that. And I also I had to go see like a child psychologist, I guess it was, Dr. Fishman. He had office right by El Camino Hospital. And I went to see him a few times, and I remember Dan and Claudia were giving me like warm milk to help me sleep or something. And I do remember, and it was before going to live with Dad and Claudia, that up at Pacifica, I don't know, John didn't live there, so it's just me and Lisa there. But I don't remember. Maybe Lisa was with Dad and Claudia, but because she wasn't there. But I remember I woke up in the middle of the night at the Dome, and Mom wasn't there, so I was all by myself, and I was like scared shitless. So, it's dark, and so I I guess I headed down to the kitchen area, the the community buildings, and it's pitch black, no flashlights, probably barefoot, but and and hollering out for mom, 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 and there was down the road from us. There was another dome on the right, and there was a guy and a woman. I just remember the woman was a blonde lady, and all I remember is she, for whatever reason, maybe one time I saw her or something. It's hippies, right? So it's not uncommon to be nude, right? And I just remember her wearing men's underwear and the like white briefs, and they weren't very white. Well, there wasn't like laundry services up there. It's not like there was a laundromat close by, though. We occasionally went to mom. I remember mom would take us down to downtown Los Gatos. There was a laundromat where the plaza is, and there's like the plaza is in the center. I think Main Street goes this way, and then there's a little road that goes around the plaza, and there's a little strip mall around it. And somewhere around in this section was a laundromat, and we would go there and do laundry. And I remember playing in the park while shit was washing and stuff. Then I think Farrell's ice cream was on the other side of Maine there in the business park there. So apparently Dr. Fishman fixed me up, and now I'm up here in the dark. And no, I do sometimes get unnerved just going, there's bears, there's I'm sure there's got to be some cats up here. I haven't seen any mountain lions, but it wouldn't be surprised me if they're up here. I've seen poop that looked like some sort of cat, and it's bigger than a normal. There ain't no domestic cats up here. But it's funny, things are changing, right? So last night, for the first time, I had all the windows open because it's been warm, and a pack of coyotes were howling out here, and they were either down at the river or they were across the river, maybe along on the road or something. But it was super loud. There was more than one of them, and there was something going on. I don't know if they were fighting each other. It didn't quite like a fight, but it seemed pretty aggressive. Whatever was going on with them. But they were howling, and that set off, I think, Denson Jan's dog was howling back at him. Max started kind of barking. He was like, what the hell is that? He started barking. Yeah. And, what other fears? I don't know. Never... I have fear of heights now. One time before Uncle Pete and Grandpa sold Watsonville, me and Grandpa were working on 202. So, Grandma and Granddad had two lots there. And so their house was one lot, and it had a house in the front, and then it had... the greenhouse, what we called greenhouse, garages, and it had four, I think they were one-bedroom bungalows that had a one-car garage attached to them. And then the other lot was called 202 East Beach Street. And old Victorian in the front, and then it had, I think it was two bedrooms behind it, and so the Victorian was broken up into 5 apartments, and so in the Loma Prieta earthquake, it fell off its foundation. Granddad and Gelmar had to get I think it was a loan through the federal government, assistance, disaster assistance loan to fix it, but it didn't cover all of it, so. I was helping Dad and Uncle Pete work on it, and so we had to do something up on the roof. It was exhaust thing for the water heater in one of the apartments. And we were up on, actually, we put the ladder up on, because it's tall, it's 2-story building. And so we put extension ladder on top of the porch cover to get up to the very top. And Grandpa went up there. I held the ladder, which probably wasn't the smartest. We shouldn't have even been doing that. We shouldn't have been up there. And then he hollered at me, "Yeah, come on up. We got it." And so I got up there, and I was just about at the top, and I felt the ladder start slipping, and I fucking froze. It was a long fall. and so Grandpa finally came over. He wasn't listening to me. I was hollering at him, and so he came over, and I think he kind of held the top, and then I gently went down, and then I got his ass down, and then we actually went up into the attic because there were some windows there, but we had to take it's from the 1800s or turn of the century. We had to take the window out, and then we climbed through the window to get onto the top of the roof. And so ever since that, I don't like ladders. I don't really care for them. Some stuff's all right, but it makes me nervous, and certainly on ladders, it makes me nervous on a ladder. It's funny with the city. I had to do boom truck training where I had to go up high on a bucket and stuff, and I never really cared for it too much. So scared of heights. Always do proper ladder safety. The way me and Grandpa had done it, it wasn't safe. Monsters, yeah. What else? What's the next one? What are some nostalgic smells, sounds, or tastes that bring you back to your childhood? I don't know. There's a bush. I wonder what it's called up in Santa Cruz Mountains with yellow flower. They're like everywhere up there along like Highway 17. When they're in bloom in springtime or summertime or whatever it is, I distinctly remember the smell of those. Even when I worked at North Bay Ford and commuted Highway 17, every year I'd get to smell it because I drove by the property all the time. So every day. I'm gonna turn this light on here. I'm gonna put this because it's getting kind of dark here. Could turn the other light on though. But it's 49ers are playing. Maybe I'll cut this short, loose here. Smells. I don't remember anything in particular. So, well, I'm gonna work on that one and some of the other ones, and I'm gonna go watch the Niners game. Okay, so see you later. Love you.